Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Gonna see if we can figure out where we're gonna go this week. As far as last week, you can see the dollar on a daily last Friday. The weekly looks like a bearish encompassing, so hopefully no more retracements. As we'll let gold and silver run this week, hopefully. And a monthly so far on a dollar, still hanging in there. Watch for previous low breaks, as it could come down to 90, or this meeting line right here on a monthly chart, 90.5. Silver, so far we opened up, which is good. The dollar hadn't opened yet, hasn't moved, but so far on a daily, silver is moving up. Let's see if we can break the previous high on Friday. Weekly silver, almost a nice hammer for the week, but let's see if we can close this next day above the previous high and keep this rally going. Gold, same thing, opened up so far. On a daily, that's a bearish retracement, so let's see if we can get our legs together. Let's see on where we were again on daily on silver. Same, we need to get some kind of a pattern going so we can get above 17. We're only 50 cents away, so closing anything above 1650. Let's call it 1660 will be awesome. Breaking in the previous lows all the way to 17. See if we can get up here this next week to consolidate above 34 on a daily. Same with gold. Weekly gold, nice. We opened up above the 8, so that is great. See if we can keep it going. The bullish retracement, or the bullish piercing pattern, so it opened down last week, closed above 50% of the candle. So nice bullishness happening on gold and silver. So okay, let's see if we can find anything for the next week. Here's AAU. I don't know the names of these. Most of these should be all mining stocks. So whether it's copper, silver, gold, platinum, palladium, uranium is in there. Don't know the names of them all of them. So here's AAU, this ticker symbol. You can see on a monthly the consolidation over the 34, and during this next push you might see some better stock picks as you pick the ones that are already over the monthly 34. As you can tell on a weekly, AAU since 80 has been above the 34 simple moving average for quite a while. So we're closing above last week, above our 8, riding the 8 as support all the way up. We've got a flat top break coming. You either catch them on a bullish retracement back to the 8 on a weekly, or catch a flat top break. And whether you start from the first high, choosing the first high because it's got 1, 2, 3 points of resistance. So it looks like about 124 is the flat top break. So you got about 10 cents. If it comes back into the 8, and the gold and silver index commodities are doing well, you might want to pick some up at support, which is a better buy. Watch for whipsaws. As you can see, that flat top break has had 3 whipsaws already. So once it gets above 124, use that as your support. If it breaks back into the pattern, then you know it might take a little bit longer. Let's see, another one. Here's ABX. I believe it's Bitgold, one of the big ones. I don't know if they're managed too well, but you can see the monthly consolidation, the 1-2 punch. It's the 1, 2, and then a lift off. We got a flat top break coming in and around 20. I would call it 20 as it is a emotional spot on the chart, but it looks like it's lower than 20. Just take the previous high break, take a ride. Looks pretty strong. And you can see the stair step on this big one. So I would take flat top break as the bearish piercing pattern that happened that first week of May. So this is my quote tracker, so if you're interested, it's free. You got to give them a donation to get historical charts, but then you have to pay for your feed, which there's a whole list of them. Check your broker, see if you might have a feed in here already. It's pretty easy to use. I like using it. It's the first one I started using way back when, and it's still around, so I was happy about that. We got AG. It's majestic. You can see how powerful that move was. Not much retracement or consolidation on this thing. It just took right when it got to 950, it just bounced and it hasn't stopped. Look for a flat top break. This is one of the best ones I hear to be in, and you can buy this same one in GDXJ and do a ETF style, but looks pretty strong. I don't know where you're going to go once it breaks in the previous lows. You got resistance at 14. All the way up to 15. Breaking in the previous lows. Looks like you got major resistance up in and around 20 to 21. You got a meeting line at 20 and a previous high, this previous high at 21. So let's see if we can get up there. You got to break in the previous lows first. You got a double bottom, lots of lines coming down to just around 14. So previous high break will get you into 14. Watch for a bullish retracement and do it again. Here's AGI. You can see on a monthly on AGI the flat top break is below the 34. So resistance at the 34 monthly. Could get a nice pop for the month as it wants to go higher. We got previous lows at 8. So a little pop can get you to 8, consolidation over the 8. Could keep going to near 9 and the 10. Previous lows all the way up. And then ultimately this one wants to get the 13 as it reaches a practical measured move from here to here to here, which is the previous lows, or it could be these previous lows. Either or, it's an approximate measure, but looks pretty easy deasy on a flat top break on this one, which is about 720. Stay above 7. Anything above 7, use 7 as your support. Let it ride across 720. If everything's strong, it should get through it no problem. But you got 1, 2, 3 lines of resistance at 720. But emotionally, 7 is your support once it gets up above that spot. AGQ, long term on this, you can see the bounce off the 13 on the weekly, and the monthly looks powerful as it needs to get above 50% of the last month's candle, but use 40 as your support and ride it. Flat top break and all. Flat top break around 44. Could take you a measured move above across the 34. See what happens. Let's see here. ASM, same thing. It's above the 34 this time. So we got two different moves going on. The ones that came up to resistance and stalled during May, and the ones that got above 34 monthly during May and consolidated above. So this one looks pretty nice. You got resistance at that downward trend line at 220. You got a previous high at 180, again at around 2. So you should be able to get flat top break at 160 and get to 2. Whether or not it breaks 2 right away, that's pretty hard to tell. But definitely like this one. I'm actually holding this one at very small amount of shares, but they are free shares, where I had bought down here somewhere, I can't remember. So looks good. Nice move across the 34. Use that as your support. It bullish retraced all of the month of May, and now we're getting a little activity. So see what happens. Here's ASX. You can see on the weekly it just got shattered, but then all of a sudden last week, boom, right, shot across the 34, no problem, and now it is just above support, consolidating on a weekly, where you can see on a monthly it just crumbled, and then all of a sudden closed all the way back up for the month. Pretty interesting, as it got rejected right here and just got pummeled, and then but just bounced so hard. Look for previous high breaks, which is this here. Use the 34 on a monthly as support. Actually, break last week's candle would be better. Should take you to 6. Use that 5. And once you get above 580, use that as your support, and hopefully it'll break 6, which is the taller break. But you can see the pinch as price was consolidating on an upward tangle and wanted to break out, got rejected, but then bounced all the way back up. So now we're bullish again, where this thing was just, and you can see the bullish harami right here. You got long red candle and a body that closed within that body for a full week, making this 2-bar bullish pattern. You can see it gap on last 2 weeks ago, I guess, and gap and run. But there you go, bullish pattern reversal on a weekly. Let's see. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of them. Here's another one. AU consolidated above the 34. I think the ones that have consolidated already above the 34 are going to have some bigger moves, while the other ones are still trying to get through resistance. But we'll see. That's just the theory. This has a long way to go, as it has to break this candle, this nasty reversal bar, to make it anything worthwhile. But you can see the consolidation on AU above the 34 monthly. Makes it a very nice move, as it bullish retraced all the way back down, and flat top break around 1650. AUY, Yamana, I know that one. I own this one as well, free shares, but it is below 34. But I think the Chinese acquired this thing, and I think that no, that was Ego. Sorry. I think it could easily get across the 5, but we got a meeting line at just below 6. And after that, we got previous lows at 675 or so. Well, it looks bullish. You can see the bounce right off. They've got a double bottom on a weekly. You can see this 2-bar pattern is bullish encompassing double bottom. So see if we can open up. See if we can continue past 550, or let's see that high is at 520. Right where the 34 is. So once it gets above, it should have a nice pop, and it's on its way up already this month. So very nice. Let's see. You can see on this one, AXU, another consolidation over the 34. Just so you know, on my monthly, this is the T3, which is just the EMA 3. But on a monthly, it's the same as my 8, or the weekly 8. So on a monthly, the 3 is my support. And I want to, on a monthly chart, I want to see these crosses where the 3 crosses the 8 on a monthly, and then I ride the 3 all the way up. 3 is my support on a monthly, but nonetheless, I trade off of the weeklies. So I got another close above the 8. Look for a previous high break of last week's candle, which is right around 120. If it breaks above that, use that as your support. 122. So use that as your support. Follow the weekly 8 all the way up as your support. Previous high break is at flat top break at 130. And then another one at 140. So another good one, consolidated above the 34 monthly. Here's a bigger issue. BCM, you can see the break already. It is above previous highs. Not too late to get into this one, as the monthly has just opened above previous highs. So this one looks pretty nice. It's a no-brainer. You can see the hammer on a monthly and the rise. You can see the break across, consolidate, and the break already. So look for any retracements, grab a bite, and take a ride. It's above the 34 on a weekly, so you got support all the way down, but it looks like it wants to take off already. So pretty nice. It looks like you got resistance in and around 29. Previous lows. Brazilian Resources, another nice one that took off last time, consolidated already. It's above everything almost. You got all-time highs coming in at 150. Take previous high breaks, and hopefully you can get above 150, making all-time highs on this thing. Pretty smooth. But some would say that this is, it's a BRIZF, Brazilian. I heard some good things, but who knows? I'm just reading the charts. I try to stay away with what people say. You can see that long hammer. I don't know if that's a misprint on these smaller issues. But you can see the break above 34, just hell on wheels. And 140 is another break. You can see the bounce off the support at 110. You can see the nice U and then a pop. Breaking above previous highs, taking that 8 as support all the way up. Pretty nice. And again, another one. There are dozens of these, same looking, same patterns. You can see on a monthly the cross 34 retracement and flat top break. It's coming. We're above support on a weekly. Take previous high breaks. Get some good volume. Make sure that the gold and silver commodities are doing good. But that's another one. Pretty nice, pretty easy, pretty no-brainers. Look for a previous high break, either on the previous week's candle or a previous high break from, I don't know the date of it, but this previous high break. It's right there. Stay above 2. That's a emotional spot on the chart. Those even numbers are always emotional spots on the chart. OBV looks good. You want to make sure that your OBV is coming in on the 0, equilibrium, or higher. But looks like this one will just snap that right across. But let's see. Here's another one, BVN. You can see already it wants to move higher. Already broke previous high breaks. You got another previous high break at, well, let's see, previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, previous lows. It's almost in blue skies. So let's see. You can see the downward trend line is 34. That looks like a no-brainer as well. Just stay above previous high candles. That's your support. If it breaks in, then you know that you're back. You probably get back into the 34 area, the SMA 34. But it's already broke and closed above. Use the previous high as your candles, as your support on the candles. You can see the OBV is just taking off like a bandit, well above 0, very healthy. CDE, look at that flat top break. That is a no-brainer if you're watching this. You can see the consolidation already above the 34. It's at support. Watch the flat top break. Boom. No brainer. These things are going to fly, especially after last Friday. That was a huge reversal, and these things are ready. All of them moved at once together, which is a great sign. Again, on CLF, you can see the flat top break coming. You can see the 3-bar pattern, morning star. You can see this. I always look for these in bullish patterns, as the inverted hammer. You know, it gone up, it filled this gap, I remember, and then it just retraced all the way down, making this. And once it filled that gap, everyone's on the bid, carrying it down, carrying it down, carrying it down, and then the next morning, boom, right? 3-bar pattern, evening star pattern, right off the support of 13 and 34. Very bullish indeed. Not sure if there's going to be any more retracements, but on a monthly, we should be able to get to new highs for the next month, I believe. If things go the way they are, this thing should move right across 550, no problem. We'll see. It's got good volume. OBV is a little on the short side, but you'll be amazed how fast these stocks will recover and get above zero once the bullishness starts. Let's see. CLLXF. You can see the bounce off of the 8. It looks like this one still has a lot more consolidation to do, but we'll see. You can see that it's closed the month so far below my support. So be careful on this, but look for any kind of reversal bar. It did shoot out of nowhere and then has consolidated ever since. Here we go, EGO. This is the one I was talking about, the Chinese acquired. I think they mean business this time around in the gold sector, so keeping an eye on this one pretty closely. I like it a lot, and coming off a double bottom. You can see the hammer right here as it shot above, retraced back into the hammer, and now it bounced. You can see on a monthly the 1-2 punch, 1, 2, and hopefully this will punch the rest of the month. Pretty nice. Look for flat top breaks, look for previous high breaks, and we got resistance at 5 to 520, and then it is gonna go shoot across that 34, reach another high. I hope that we can get above these previous lows first, break into these previous lows, get at least maybe a spike up to 750 for the first round. 650 to 750 almost. But we have to get in these previous lows to make anything happen. So, which is the previous high break. Take the previous high break, ride it to the next highs, or the previous lows. Other than that, could go all the way up to near and around 10, which would be pretty nice. A little double on that one. Here you go, EXK. You can see on a monthly it shot above, retraced all the way back, and now it's on the way up with a bullish piercing pattern, making a 2-bar pattern bullish. See if this thing will open up. We got to get above this triple bottom here, but that'll get us into previous lows, and above this hammer right here, that would be nice. This double bottom hammer plus a previous low, anything above that spot could get you to 4, making something to watch as it comes to a flat top break. These are going to be awesome to watch when they get up to the flat top breaks on the monthly. Can't wait. Here's a new issue, FFMGF. I believe it's oh, I forget, something financing. Anyways, it's a new issue. You can start watching this as it will reach new highs in and above 66. Previous high break at 66. See where this can go, as it is a new issue and it has gone up tremendously since it opened. And it's got some good volume as well. So watch that. Just moving down the line of my watch list. Here's a flat top break that is ready to go high flying, FNV. Here's another one that just flew and is ready to go higher. These things are amazing. Look how far it went from 2 to 6, almost to 7. We did a 1-2 punch on a monthly, consolidated already, broke above previous highs on a weekly. Easy deasy. Watch these flat top breaks as they want to go very, very high, it seems like. We got all-time highs coming in. Right? Breaking all-time highs would be awesome. As you got to get above these spots over here. Anything above what was that, 775 or so. So it's got a good dollar before it hits, but you got resistance. It'll probably hit and run, but that would be pretty nice to watch a flat top break on that large all-time. That would be something to put on your watch list. See that price get up to 775 or so, maybe spike to 8, consolidate. Catching it all, watch the price break, come back into support, and buy into support, sell into resistance. This looks awesome on the long term, but we'll see. Here's another one, GARWF. We got a long-term flat top break at 60, which was made back in 2011. Something to watch, these long-term flat top breaks. And you can see the volume has just started to come in. Something is alive on this thing, obviously, as it came from, what is that, 12 cents all the way to 65. It's like, wow. And that's only just beginning. So we got a long-term break at 60 and all-time break at 120. GDX, same thing, same, all the way across the board. Look for that flat top break. I mean, GDX is already consolidated above the monthly. GDXJ, you can see the same thing. Watch those flat top breaks. I understand that GDXJ, the juniors, offers 20 to 30 different stocks, I think, that are in good standing. So if you want to get a good piece of the whole market, GDXJ, I hear, is the better choice, where GDX is comprised of like the 3 biggest mining stocks, where these are the juniors. You can catch a whole bunch of others all together at once on the GDXJ. Something to watch on these flat top breaks. I just can't imagine. But previous lows on this thing is 65, so it could just double. right out of the gates. These flat top breaks are going to be powerful, so watch them. It'll be pretty fun. Something to witness. GFI, same thing. You can see the consolidation on the monthly. You can see the bump on the 34 on a weekly, closing above. Let's see if we can get this thing rolling. Lots of consolidations above the 34 as the first run got them up there. They consolidated, and now it's ready to go again. Let's see what happens. We've got GG. This one's below the 34, but above support. We got a flat top break in and around 20. Looks pretty nice. Here we got Goro. Lots of questions, lots of followers on Goro. Looks beautiful across that 34. Look for previous high breaks. Take a ride. You can either catch it on support on the bullish, any kind of bullish retracement too. But you can see that monthly, very bullish so far for the month of June, as it is encompassing the body of the previous month already. So let's take a previous high breaks. You got about 50 cents to catch this thing, but could get a nice little snap across the 34 on this one. GORO. Look at this bad boy. It hasn't retraced much yet, but I think it will. You can see the bounce, the bullish piercing pattern last week, closing above support. Take that 8, ride it all the way across. You can see the sharp U, and pretty nice to see this thing ride all the way back up to 220 in an instant, as these bullish retracements are just big buyers on the bid, and now they all jump to the ask. You see what happens. Let's see. HL looks like this one is just about ready to pop. I think this is Hecla Mining. HL. You see the monthly flat top break, ready and going. It's not going to stop and ask any permission on this one. Looks like previous high at 650. You got resistance all the way up. It's like a high flyer. It's been to $1 to $11.50 before. Pretty nice. HMY, another one across the 34 on a monthly. Pretty nice sideways action. You can see this kind of a stair step here. Consolidation. Want to get above this nasty candle before any decisions, which is, you want to get above the 8. Use it as support on a weekly. Looks like above 380. Use that as your support and take a ride. We are working off of a double top on the monthly. HTM, same. This thing's ready to go. I think this is a geothermal. Yeah, I think this is not a mining, this is a geothermal, so apologize, but you can see the flat top break on the weekly. You got the OBVs, very powerful. Finally got some real nice volume in the past few weeks, but looks like 79 to get you 2. Nice flat top, long-term 2-year flat top break. Breaking into previous lows, breaking off the tops. Pretty nice. Probably a rough time to get over $1 as it hasn't done it yet. But it's ready to go, it looks like. See what happens. Let's look at IAG. Look at the consolidation over the 34 again. These things are going to run. I hope that we can catch them all. That's why I like catching free shares, so I can get a bite of as many as possible each time it does a retracement. Let's see. Let's keep going. JNUG. This is going to be the junior nugget. Is not so junior. This thing's going to, I don't know where it's going to go, but it's just a monster. I mean, I got a meeting line on the monthly chart at 600. 50% rule on this long red candle. You got 150 to 400. Oh, it's just huge. You can see the double bottom, the bullish piercing, 2-bar bullish encompassing, just everything just green, green, green. Guess you can buy some options on this, I guess, if you can afford $144 a share, but we'll see. I mean, this it's just, I don't know where it's going to go, but that is huge. Another one, I think it's another gold stock. Consolidation above the 34 on a monthly. See the 2-bar pattern again. All these things are all doing the same thing. Just really, really nice. I had a question about LODE, and what I noticed last week, a close is a bullish harami. We did cut across the 34. I said watch out below 34, but it didn't like to go that low. So it whipsawed back in. Hopefully we can open up. You got a bullish harami here. You got a long-term downtrend on LODE. LODE. Don't think it's ready yet, but trying to pick a bottom is very hard. Just take previous high breaks. Use those as your support. Let's see, MLRKF. This is a new issue as well. Flat top break at 30. Breaking those bodies. Usually you can follow those wicks all the way up, but the top of the wicks are resistance as well. So use your flat top break as support, and you got resistance all the way up to 35. But you can see the 1-2 punch. 1, 2. Let's see what happens. Same thing on this one. This one just took off. Consolidated for 1 month, and it's on its way up again. Wow. Look at those all-time highs coming in. That'll be pretty nice to watch on this one. NAK, looks like we got a finally got a bounce out of this thing. I think I got 100 shares or something silly, just to make sure I'm watching it. But I'm going to have to catch this one again because I thought it was going to break up here, and it took me for a ride. So it took out some money of my account, but I will catch it maybe a 38 and above on this next bull run. And we are so far on a monthly doing a double bottom hammer so far on a monthly, and need to get above that EMA 8 to make me ever look at it again. So see what happens. Moving along, we got I think this is Newmont Mining. Look at that flat top break. So on a monthly, very easy. Just take a ride on the previous high break. Nothing to do. Here's another one. I remember the breakout on this, the retracement, and unless you're in it already, I'd definitely be above 6 before I considered it, and use that as your support. NGD, same thing, across the board. This one's below the 34, but it looks like it wants to move across. We got a bullish piercing pattern, another nice one. Look for previous high breaks above 440, which will get you across the 34. Pretty nice. Here's Nugget. Pretty bullish. You got resistance at 200. Look for the flat top break if you're not in it already. Here, PAAS, another one. Flat top break, flat top break. Let's keep going. PGLC, I like this one as it is a little slow on the volume, but we got good OBV. We got a steady incline on our RSI. Looking for a pop at any second. I tried to grab some at support, but I think I got distracted and bought something else. So I'm not in this one yet, but pretty nice monthly. You could see 550 no problem. Previous high breaks at 5. Could get us above the 34 after that. Got to get into these previous highs, or previous lows, all the way up to make any difference. There's a double bottom, a previous high at 460. So that would be a nice spot, as it will break into previous lows, hopefully tap the 34 on a monthly. OBV looks good. Volume's hanging in there. But it's all, we've got plenty of support on a weekly. We got Eric Sprott's Gold Trust. Nice consolidation above the 34. Bullish encompassing, blah, 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 again and again and again. Here's one I just picked up off my scan. PPP, I'm not sure what it is, but here's the bottom play. You can see the balance of the top wave and the bottom wave. Get above the 34, take a previous high break. We're in and around 2. I would stay above 2 and watch this one pop, as you got lower highs coming in. You got a balance point coming down. You got, it looks pretty bullish. That's a nice one for a bottom play, excuse me. Yeah, it's ready. So stay above 2 on this one. As it probably will have some trouble getting above 2. But once it gets above 2 and it comes back to 2, to test it, buy into support and let it ride. Here's the Eric Sprott's Silver Trust. It looks like it's got a long way to go to get above the 34. But it did have a bullish week last week, closing above previous highs. This is nice. So keep an eye on that. We got some PVG. Nice. Look at that bounce. Boom. This thing's ready. Bounced way harder than the previous high. Right off that 8. Just in the nick of time, right? OBV looks pretty shady, but look at the flat top break on a monthly. Could get you to previous lows. Pretty nice. Previous highs, you got to break this previous high as well. So you got a double top here at previous highs. Gets above that, take a ride. Get above 9, use it as your support. PZG got a lot of work to do, but it did break out already, and it is trying to get above the EMA 8. Let's see. Running out of room here. Everyone's watching silver as everything should be picking up for it and closing the gap on the ratio, gold to silver ratio. Here's SILJ. Something to watch, as silver should outperform gold in this next push, I do imagine. Watch for previous high breaks. Another one is SIVR, just in its infancy on its bounce. So be careful on it, as you're not above the EMA 8 on a weekly. Get above that spot, use it as your support, and take a ride. Or you can wait for the flat top break, which is 1750 or so. SLV, same thing. SLW, nice flat top break coming. I can't believe it. These things are going to fly for months, it seems like. I bet you after these flat top breaks, we'll get 3 months of bullishness before another retracement. It's going to be amazing. SSRI, you can see that it's breaking previous highs already. SSRI, pretty nice. OBV's good. Still in an oversold situation, which it could stay up there for a very long time. SVBL, smaller issue. Had some nice volume, I guess. But see if we can get a flat top break at 12 on this thing. See what happens. 12 will get you 20. Tahoe, another good one. We were watching this one right off the bottom. Took a ride, retraced. Now it's on its way back up. Just look for previous high breaks. And same patterns across the board. Just amazing. TGD, not quite there yet, but nice bounce nonetheless. TRX, Tanzanian gold, had a nice push, had a nice retracement. Let's see what happens. You can see on the monthly, last month, you can see it, the inverted hammer. Okay, so it busts out, and then they sit on the bid all month, making this hammer. Inverted hammer. Pretty nice. That's the bullishness of investors sitting on the bid, carrying it all the way down, and then the next month it opened up. Look for previous high breaks, as this has been taken down for a very long time. Could see $1, no problem. As you can see, the resistance 34 SMA on monthly. One thing I was watching, and don't know anything other than the fact that this is uranium. It's starting to get some volume, and which means accumulation right here. So then it popped. Volume dried up, but volume just started to get green right in here. And it's in a pattern. It came down from 15 to 3. The spread is awful. But UREE is a uranium stock. Anything above 20, wow, as this thing has been brutalized. Anything above 20 cents could see a spike in volume and just some craziness on this thing, as the resistance, long-term resistance is, let's call it, well, on a weekly it's at the 50 mark, right? You got that 3 bars here, but ultimately 250 to 3. Just wait for that previous high break, though. Don't get caught on these things, as who knows what this thing's doing, but looks pretty tantalizing from a bottom. Watch out on that spread too. VGZ, another one coming to the end of our alphabet. Another flat top break. Probably didn't get to all of them, but lots of good stuff looking forward to. Here's the last one. Let's see if we can get some data on this. XRA. I remember trading this way back when. Pretty nice mover. And so far for the month, you're doing a hammer. So look for previous high breaks. Here is a nice one of those bust and consolidations. Almost an inverted hammer. Not, well, I guess you could call it that. It's just the body's too fat for me. But the long leg does it. Look for a break above the EMA 8 on a weekly. Take a ride. These things are on fire. And out of nowhere, as everything was just looking gloom and doom, just took one day last Friday to get everything pumping. And now everything, all together at once, looks great. So I hope it helps you on this Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at gold. As gold is still going strong, above its EMA 8 on a weekly. Let's take a look at silver. Not as much. But gold is on fire. See what happens. If you guys like this video and I make you some money, I went through my whole watch list, aside from the non-precious metals stocks or mining stocks. If you like these videos and I help you maybe make you some money, maybe save you some money by spotting some things you have not, buy me a cup of coffee. Easy with the PayPal button. If you're interested in getting a Bitgold account, please hit this button here. It takes you over, takes 3 steps to sign up. Save your money in gold and silver, or just gold. You can redeem in silver though, that's pretty awesome. But there's no storage fees, there's no monthly fees. You get a prepaid account. When you want money, you pay 1% on the in and 1% on the out. So it's 1% cost each way. So it makes it easy to use your card. When you want to pay your bills or whatnot, when you get paid, you can have it all into the gold account. Save your purchasing power. As you saw last week, the dollar dropped $2. So there goes your purchasing power all of a sudden, where gold went up. So I increased my purchasing power over everybody else that's using paper. So just something to think about for the long term, as gold always becomes more and more valuable as they keep printing money. And can't believe this video is a whole hour long. So congratulations for listening this long to my rambling. But I'll see you guys. Let's make some money.